है,
देख के पढ़िएगा
जी मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ।
मध्य प्रदेश वक्फ बोर्ड में हेतु वक्त संपत्ति के रूप में कहाँ है रजिस्ट्रेशन का कागज, इतना दिखा दीजिए।
ये आगे आ रहा है, खसरा नंबर सो एंड सो भूमि वक्फ संपत्ति के रूप में वक्फ बोर्ड भोपाल में
ये तो जनरल अमेंडमेंट हो गया। नाउ प्लीज शो मी द एंट्री नंबर on at which it has been registered as a waqf property, and then the next question is that can a government property be registered as a waqf property or a private mandir property or a masjid or a church property? जवाब आया इसमें? नहीं आया?
नहीं, मेरा जवाब नहीं आया सर।
क्यों नहीं आया जवाब?
सर मेरा जवाब नहीं आया सर।
क्यों नहीं आया? कब नोटिस तामील हुए थे आप?
नोटिस सर बहुत पहले।
ठीक है, वक्फ क्या होता है? जब कोई व्यक्ति मुस्लिम धर्म का अनुयायी या फॉलोअर कोई अपनी संपत्ति को किसी पर्पज विशेष के लिए उपबंधित करता है या दान देता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड वक्फ। ठीक है, आप पहले ये बताइए कि ये शासकीय भूमि कब आपको वक्फ में प्राप्त हुई, कब उसका वक्फ क्रिएट किया गया, पहले ये बताइए।
Board has exercised the jurisdiction illegally, my lord. In this case, there was a dispute with respect to Khasra number 55, situated at Ajaygarh district, Patna, my lord. In the said Khasra, the Valmiki community as well as the Muslims, they were having their grave rally. So, my lord, may kindly have annexure P1, which is the Khasra entry. This is
P1, yes.
P1 at page 18. This is the Khasra entry with respect to Khasra number 55 at measuring 1.2060 of hectare land. It's written Saskiye, and in Kafiyat, my lord, in column number 12, it's written Kabristan, Madhya Pradesh Shashan. Thereafter, my lord, suddenly the Muslim community has prepared a gate, and they were trying to encroach the property and restrain the Valmiki community from using the graveyard, my lord. We made a representation before the Tehsildar saying that this is my property. My lord, representation annexure P2. They have given a reply annexure P3. Now, my lord, the Tehsildar has, Halka Patwari has prepared its report, which is annexure P4. I'll read out this report, my lord, at page 22.
Please पढ़िए।
उपरोक्त विषय में निवेदन है कि कस्बा अजयगढ़ की अराजी नंबर 55 रकबा 100 हेक्टेयर भूमि मध्य प्रदेश शासन खसरा के कॉलम 12 में कब्रिस्तान राजस्व अभिलेख में दर्ज है, जिसके स्थल निरीक्षण की जांच वाल्मीकि समाज द्वारा प्रस्तुत आवेदन के तहसीलदार महोदय अजयगढ़ द्वारा आदेश के पालन में आज दिनांक 27/7/2020 को हल्का पटवारी व राजस्व निरीक्षक अजयगढ़ द्वारा किया गया, जिसमें वाल्मीकि समाज एवं मुस्लिम समाज के लोग के मध्य विवाद की स्थिति उत्पन्न हो सकती है। अतः श्रीमान जी से निवेदन है कि जब तक मामले का निराकरण न हो तब तक उक्त राजी पर किसी प्रकार का भी निर्माण कार्य या गतिविधि संचालित ना हो।
किसने दिया ये?
This is by the Halka Patwari number 19. He has written it to Tehsildar.
And who is this Anil Valmiki and Hasib Khan sir?
Anil Valmiki, my lord, he is the person representing Valmiki Samaj, the petitioner number 2. And Hasib Khan is the Anavedak Rinku जो जिन्हें कब्जा किया था, my lord.
Okay.
Those who has prepared, put in the gate, my lord.
Okay, उसके बाद क्या हुआ?
Now, my lord, the Panchnama is at annexure, Panchnama is at page 23, annexure P5, my lord.
जी.
I'll read out the Panchnama. हम पंचान नगरवासी नगर पंचायत अजयगढ़ के यहाँ पंचनामा लिख रहे हैं यह कि ग्राम अजयगढ़ के अराजी क्रमांक 55 रकबा 100 मध्य प्रदेश शासन जिसमें कब्रिस्तान पटवारी अभिलेख में दर्ज है, नगर के वाल्मीकि समाज द्वारा आवेदन पत्र एवं श्रीमान तहसीलदार अजयगढ़ के निर्देश अनुसार उक्त अराजी के नंबर अंश भाग पर वाल्मीकि समाज का कब्जा है। मौके पर कब्रिस्तान का स्थल निरीक्षण किया गया, जिसमें उपस्थित
कोई पंचनामा है नहीं वकील साहब?
पेज 23 है, my lord.
पेज 23 तो आपको मैं पहले ही निवेदन कर चुका हूँ कि कंप्यूटर से बहस करेंगे तो पेज सही चलेंगे। आपने एनेक्शर P5 बोला था, P5 में कोई पंचनामा नहीं है।
I am sorry, this is the continuation of annexure P4 at page 23. Continuation of annexure P4.
जी, पंचनामा पढ़िए जी।
मध्य प्रदेश शासन जिसमें कब्रिस्तान पटवारी अभिलेख में दर्ज है, नगर के वाल्मीकि समाज द्वारा आवेदन पत्र एवं श्रीमान तहसीलदार अजयगढ़ के निर्देश अनुसार उक्त अराजी नंबर के अंश भाग पर वाल्मीकि समाज का कब्जा है। मौके पर कब्रिस्तान का स्थल निरीक्षण किया गया, जिसमें उपस्थित लोगों द्वारा बताया गया कि उक्त अराजी में वाल्मीकि समाज का कब्रिस्तान था, जिसमें बाउंड्री वॉल भी कुछ हिस्से में बनी है जो पत्थरों की है। उपस्थित मुस्लिम समाज के लोगों द्वारा बताया गया कि उक्त अराजी में मुस्लिम समाज की कब्र है। उक्त अराजी नंबर में मुस्लिम समाज द्वारा जय स्तंभ के सामने रोड से लगाकर किनारे लकड़ी का गेट लगाकर आना जाना अवरुद्ध कर दिया गया है। मुस्लिम समाज के लोग उपस्थित हैं किंतु हस्ताक्षर नहीं किए। Thereafter, my lord, may kindly come to page 24, which is the report by revenue inspector. My lord, next page. उपरोक्त संदर्भित विषय में लेख है कि आवेदक गण वाल्मीकि हरिजन समाज के कब्रिस्तान भूमि के लिए श्रीमान अनुभागीय अधिकारी अजयगढ़, श्रीमान तहसीलदार राजस्व निरीक्षक अजयगढ़, थाना प्रभारी अजयगढ़ एवं हल्का पटवारी के संयुक्त जांच ग्राम अजयगढ़ की भूमि खसरा नंबर 55 रकबा 100 हेक्टेयर मध्य प्रदेश शासन की भूमि का निरीक्षण किया गया, जिसमें स्थल पर बताया गया कि मौके
0.32 हेक्टेयर पे वाल्मीकि समाज की पाई गई।
शेष पर विशेष पर तालाब, तलैया, कुआं, मजार एवं मुस्लिम समाज की कब्रें हैं।
हाँ।
नाउ मतलब दिस पोजीशन इज crystal clear from page number 28. मालूम में see the continuing page number 28, which is the map
जी
prepared by the revenue authorities.
जी
मालूम है page 28?
पेज 28।
It's in continuation of the same document.
हाँ ठीक है, पेज 28। यस जी
मालूम on the left hand side
जी
कब्रिस्तान वाल्मीकि and on the right hand side is कब्रिस्तान मुस्लिम समाज. वाल्मीकि समाज and Muslim समाज, there is a clear cut demarcation by the wall constructed of brick stones. Now here my lord, the Tehsildar has granted interim protection, my lord.
जी
Thereafter, my lord, suddenly the respondent, my lord, the respondent has approached the Waqf board, my lord. Now may kindly see, my lord, annexure P7.
जी
This is the petition filed by the respondent before the Waqf board, Bhopal, my lord.
जी जी
My lord, I have obtained the certified copy of the proceedings, my lord, which is at annexure P8 starting from page 44.
बताना क्या चाहते हैं आप?
My lord, they filed the petition on 2/12/2020, which was listed for 7/12/2020 for reader report,
2/12/20 petition
which
filed.
was listed for reader report on 7/12/2020, my lord. Thereafter, on 18/12/2020, the order has been passed by the Waqf board. वादी की ओर से अंसारुल खल एडवोकेट, प्रतिवादी क्रमांक 1, 2, 3 की ओर से
P8 पढ़ रहे हैं आप?
मतलब P8 पेज 50 टाइप कॉपी पेज 50 मान लो।
जी पढ़िए।
मानो वादी की ओर से श्री अंसारुल हक एडवोकेट, प्रतिवादी क्रमांक 1, 2, 3 की ओर से प्रभारी न्यायमित्र श्री बीबी पांडे एसडीएम अजयगढ़ पन्ना ने वकालतनामा साज के अधिवक्ता श्री पीएन सिंह राजपूत का पेश किया तथा प्रतिवादी क्रमांक 4, 5, 6 की ओर से श्री महेंद्र सिंह राजपूत एडवोकेट ने अंडरटेकिंग दी एवं आगामी पेशी को वकालतनामा पेश करने हेतु समय रहे। शेष की ओर से इंतजार हेतु प्रकरण 23/12/20 को पेश हो। पुनः वादी की ओर से सूची दस्तावेज तामील शुदा पेश किया गया, नकल प्रतिवादी ने प्राप्त की। वादी अधिवक्ता द्वारा तर्क दिया गया प्रतिवादी बादगस कब्रिस्तान में लाए गए मुर्दों को दफनाने नहीं दे रहा है। प्रभारी अधिकारी ने व्यक्त किया कि किसी प्रकार के मुर्दे दफनाने में रुकावट नहीं की जा रही, अतः प्रतिवादी आगामी तिथि तक बादगस कब्रिस्तान खसरा नंबर 55 रकबा 1206 सेक्टर में मुतल्लिक के मुर्दे दफन करने की रुकावट ना करें। So, my lord, the interim order has been passed without hearing me, my lord, without issuing any notice, by appointing a amicus, my lord. In this case, my lord, thereafter we have also filed a RTI application before the revenue authority. This is annexure P9. It's a very important document, my lord. P9 at page 52, my lord. विषय अंतर्गत आपके द्वारा ग्राम अजयगढ़ नगर पंचायत क्षेत्र मुस्लिम वक्फ कमेटी के नाम से अराजी नंबर के संबंध में सूचने के अधिकार के अंतर्गत जानकारी चाही गई है। उक्त संबंध में लेख कि ग्राम अजयगढ़ नगर पंचायत क्षेत्र के अंदर राजस्व अभिलेख के अनुसार कोई भी भूमि मुस्लिम वक्फ कमेटी के नाम पर दर्ज नहीं होना पाया गया है। My lord, my submission is this, my lord. If they have a dispute with respect to the land which is not defined as a waqf land, my lord, the only remedy is with the civil court, not with the waqf board, my lord.
Yes.
The law is settled, my lord, from the Supreme Court as well as this honorable High Court. In this case, my lord, the खसरा itself.
समझ गए आपकी बात?
my lord.
अब आप बताइएगा कि ये वक्फ में कब रजिस्टर हुआ है? वक्फ का एक रजिस्टर होता है ना, उसमें संपत्ति का उल्लेख होता है कि किस औकाफ रजिस्टर होता है, तो उस औकाफ रजिस्टर में ये संपत्ति खसरा नंबर 55 मेजरिंग 1.2060 ये कब रजिस्टर हुई है?
My lord, it is a registered body. It is in the plaint, my lord.
बॉडी नहीं,
No.
please try to
It's
understand.
a committee, my lord.
No, we are not interested in committee.
My
Please try to understand. संपत्ति जो है वो औकाफ के रजिस्टर में एक प्रक्रिया के अंतर्गत दर्ज की जाती है कि फला फला संपत्ति वक्फ संपत्ति है, ठीक है?
जी, ग्रेवयार्ड रजिस्टर्ड होगा वहाँ।
ग्रेवयार्ड नहीं, वो वक्फ की संपत्ति के
जी, जी।
रूप में दर्ज होगा,
जी
ठीक है? वक्फ क्या होता है? जब कोई व्यक्ति मुस्लिम धर्म का अनुयायी या फॉलोअर कोई अपनी संपत्ति को किसी पर्पस विशेष के लिए उपबंधित करता है या दान देता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड वक्फ, ठीक है? आप पहले ये बताइए कि ये शासकीय भूमि कब आपको वक्फ में प्राप्त हुई, कब उसका वक्फ क्रिएट किया गया, पहले ये बताइए।
Annexure P9 is so that.
अरे रुक जाइए भाई वकील साहब,
my lord.
आप लोग क्या कुछ केस में पढ़ के आते हैं तो एक्साइट हो जाते हैं? सब केस पढ़ के आया करो।
Query हिसाब आपकी
अच्छा
query
अच्छा ठीक है, सब केस पढ़ के आया करो। जी बैठो, अभी वकील साहब को तो बताने दो, बैठो अभी
My
थोड़ा।
lord, in fact, the copy of the plaint is not with me. He must have filed along with the plaint his title.
वकील साहब प्रिंट आपकी है
जी
प्रिंट आपके पक्षकार ने दायर की थी वक्फ बोर्ड के सामने,
जी
तो उसकी कॉपी ना होने का तो नहीं चलेगा।
सर, मैं-
आप यह बताइए, और ये केस पेंडिंग है
2020 से सर,
21 से यहाँ पर पेंडिंग है,
जी।
20 में वक्फ बोर्ड में लगा था।
20 में वहाँ
You
वक्फ ट्रिब्यूनल
just
में।
answer the fundamental question that whether we are not determining. Let me clarify one thing. We are not determining your rights. Inter-C rights are to be only thing which we are determining, that what is the correct forum for determination of inter-C rights.
बिल्कुल।
Because there is also a report in your favor that on some portion your
Graveyard is there.
Graveyard is there.
जी।
Now the only issue is that unless the Waqf is notified, it is entered in the Waqf
Waqf.
register, can Waqf tribunal exercise its
jurisdiction.
jurisdiction in relation to any property?
Certainly.
That is the only question.
Certainly,
which
my lord.
required
If it
to
is a
be answered.
property registered in Waqf, then only the tribunal will having the jurisdiction.
That is the settled legal
That is a settled law, my lord.
अब आप ये बता दीजिए कि ये कब रजिस्टर हुई, इतना सा बता दीजिए बस।
प्लेंट है क्या?
सर इसमें लगाया
मैं भी सर, आई वाज नॉट हैविंग इट, मस्ट बी मेंशन इन द प्लेंट।
आप पढ़ लीजिए, पढ़ लीजिए, पढ़ लीजिए। प्लेंट एनेक्सर
P8 मतलब इसका नेक्स्ट सर कंप्यूटर में भी देख सकते हैं।
P8, हाँ,
प्लेंट नहीं है।
P8 सॉरी P7 मतलब P7 is the
सर ये लिखा पैरा 1 में
हाँ पढ़िएगा प्लीज, पैरावन
कि
पढ़िए
आवेदक तहसील कमेटी अजयगढ़ का अध्यक्ष है, जिसकी प्रबंध व्यवस्था में कब्रिस्तान अजयगढ़
वकील
आता
साहब
है।
देख के पढ़िएगा।
जी मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ।
मध्य प्रदेश वक्फ बोर्ड में हेतु वक्त संपत्ति के रूप में कहाँ है रजिस्ट्रेशन का कागज, इतना दिखा दीजिए।
ये आगे आ रहा है, खसरा नंबर सो एंड सो भूमि वक्फ संपत्ति के रूप में वक्फ बोर्ड भोपाल में
ये तो जनरल गवर्नमेंट हो गया। नाउ प्लीज शो मी द एंट्री नंबर on at which it has been registered as a waqf property. And then the next question is that can a government property be registered as a waqf property or a private mandir property or a masjid or a church property?
देयर इज अ नोटिफिकेशन आल्सो।
Where is the notification?
आगे लिख रहा है ना, मध्य प्रदेश राज शासन में प्रकाशन हो चुका है।
कहाँ हुआ प्रकाशन,
ये
बताइए।
पैरा 1 में ही लिखा है सर।
अच्छा उसकी कॉपी तो बताइए, राजपत्र की कॉपी तो लगाई होगी ना इन्होंने दस्तावेज के साथ में। Where is that publication?
Lordship, I will file it, my lord.
No, 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 no.
Because
This petition is pending since 2021.
my
आपका
lord,
जवाब आया इसमें? नहीं आया
नहीं,
अभी तक?
मेरा जवाब नहीं आया सर।
क्यों नहीं आया जवाब?
सर मेरा जवाब नहीं आया सर।
क्यों नहीं आया? कब नोटिस तामील हुए थे आप?
नहीं, नोटिस सर बहुत पहले तामील हो गए थे
फिर
सर।
क्यों नहीं दिया जवाब आपने?
मेरा सबमिशन सर ये, since it's a matter of injunction, my lord, and there
It is not the question of injunction, it is the question of jurisdiction.
title and jurisdiction both,
Yes.
my lord. My lord, there is a specific pleading in the
Why
plaint,
when were you
but the
served?
document is not on the record.
When were you served?
Sir, I was served in the 2021, sir.
श्री सुदेश वर्मा, इतना it is submitted that the default payment, इतना interim order to continue 10/5/22। शिवांश, इतना नोटिस कब जारी हुए? 2/2 को इशू नोटिस टू द रिस्पोंडेंट्स ऑन पीएफ of इतना इतना फिर नोटिस जारी हो गया। फिर आप कब पधारे इस केस में?
सर हम 21 में आए।
21 में आ गए ना आप?
जी।
उसके बाद आपको 2 साल 2.5 साल में तो जवाब प्रस्तुत कर नहीं पाए आप। दिखाइएगा ओरिजिनल फाइल, दिखाइएगा 6 नंबर की। आठ मार्च 21 को आपका वकालतनामा आ गया है।
जी सर।
ठीक है
जी
3 साल होने को आ गए। ठीक है चलिए।
My lord, my submission is, my lord.
जी।
Since there is a specific pleading, my lord, in the plaint, my lord, though the documents are not on the record of the case regarding the registration, and the civil suit is still pending regarding the title, my lord.
We are not,
तो-
मैंने आपसे क्या
हाँ, jurisdiction नहीं है तो then suit will go.
बस तो हम सिर्फ यही कह रहे हैं कि क्योंकि दस्तावेज प्रस्तुत नहीं किया गया है इसलिए जुरिस्डिक्शन नहीं है। पार्टीज विल बी फ्री टू एजिटेट देयर राइट बिफोर द सिविल कोर्ट। इसके बियॉन्ड हम कुछ कह ही नहीं रहे हैं। देखिएगा
मेरा submission is,
petitioner has filed this petition being aggrieved of
my lord, one more objection, my
जी,
lord,
जी,
that the petition, my lord, MP is not maintainable, my lord.
हाँ।
If any order is passed by the tribunal, my lord,
जी।
then the civil revision would lie under 83, my lord.
अच्छा चलिए
That objection may also be recorded.
लिखिएगा। श्री सुयश मोहन गुरु, लर्नेड काउंसिल फॉर द पिटिशनर। श्री मानस मणि वर्मा, लर्नेड काउंसिल फॉर द स्टेट। श्री मोहम्मद
आदिल उस्मानी
for respondent number 2
and 12.
2 and 12. Next para. This petition, the miscellaneous petition, is filed taking exception to the proceedings drawn by Madhya Pradesh State Waqf Tribunal Bhopal in MJC number 30 of 2020, whereby interim order was passed by the Waqf board in relation to usage of land contained in Khasra number 55, measuring 1.2060 acres. Acre है, hectare है?
Hectare, madam.
Hectare. Full stop. It is submitted that this land is recorded as a land in the name of the state government as is apparent from the Khasra Panchsala filed along with the petition as annexure P1. Full stop. it is submitted that petitioners belong to Valmiki community, which has a tradition of burial of their dead. Full stop. A complaint was made to the competent revenue authorities in regard to obstruction being created by the private respondent number 12 from stopping the members of the Valmiki community from carrying out burial of their deceased when on when a Panchnama was drawn and it was found that 0.32 hectares of land was being used by the Valmiki community for burial of their dead, while remaining part was used by the Muslim community for burial of their dead. Full stop. Next para. Private respondent had filed a claim before the Madhya Pradesh State Waqf Tribunal, claiming that respondents be restrained from interfering in their right to cause burial of their deceased on the said land situated at Ajaygarh Tehsil of District Panna and learned Waqf Tribunal without waiting for service of notice on all the arrayed parties passed impugned order prohibiting the members of the Valmiki community from undertaking burial of their deceased. Full stop. Next para. It is submitted that on 2/12/2020 petition was application was filed on behalf of the private respondent. Case was full stop. Case was fixed for reader report on 7/12/2020. On 18/12/2020, defendant number 1, 2, and 3 were allowed to be represented through amicus curiae without waiting for service on respondent number 1, 2, and 3. And then on 23 and on the same date when the case was fixed for service on the awaiting service on the other on 23/12/2020 without waiting for 23/12/2020, learned Waqf Tribunal in an utter hurry passed the order directing that no interruption should be carried out in burial of Muslim corpses in the land contained in Khasra number 55, measuring 1.206 hectare. Next pair. Shri Suyash Mohan Guru submits that since land is recorded as government land, tribunal will have no jurisdiction to hear and decide decide the case, and the remedy for the parties is to approach the concerned civil court. Next para. Shri Usmani in his turn submits that from a plain reading of the plaint as contained in Annexure P7, it is evident that Waqf is registered. हाँ बोलिए क्या?
पैरा 1 में सर जी.
अरे भाई P7 लिख तो रहे हैं.
जी जी.
Waqf is registered and therefore tribunal has jurisdiction to hear and decide the case. Next para. After taking an objection to the maintainability of the miscellaneous petition, submits that in fact, in terms of section 83 of the Waqf Act, civil revision will lie and not a miscellaneous petition. यही बोला ना आपने?
जी.
Next para. Shri Usmani further submits that
if there is any dispute regarding Waqf, my lord, there is a judgment that the tribunal have jurisdiction, my lord.
व्यू तो आ रहा है, दे दीजिए
ये
जजमेंट.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट
दे दीजिए
2022 वॉल्यूम 4 SCC.
ठीक है, निकालिएगा 2022 वॉल्यूम 4 SCC. Next para. Shri Adil Usmani further submits and admits that in case the Waqf is not registered, then tribunal will not have any jurisdiction and the jurisdiction will be with the civil court. However, he places reliance on the judgment of Supreme Court in case of Rashid Wali Beg versus Farid Pindari 2021 का 4
2022 वॉल्यूम 4 SCC.
22 volume 4 SCC
414.
that in case there is any dispute as to whether
regarding the property of Waqf.
as to whether it is Waqf or not, then the said disputes can be decided by the tribunal. Next para. After hearing learned counsel for the parties and going through the record, 3 aspects are required to be adjudicated.
P9 kindly may be seen.
Firstly, whether miscellaneous petition will be maintainable or a civil revision will be maintainable. Section वो दीजिएगा, Waqf Act दीजिएगा पहले. Second issue is in regard to whether the Qabristan is registered as a Waqf property in the register so maintained. Third is whether government land can be given in Waqf or not. Full stop. Before answering the aforesaid issues, before venturing to answer the aforesaid issues, it will be appropriate to observe that learned counsel for the respondents number 2 and 12, despite filing wakalatnama on 8th March 2021 at Jabalpur, as is available in the records, did not choose to file reply, though about 3 years' time is going to lapse. Full stop. Next paragraph. Section 83 deals with constitution of the tribunal. 83 में क्या पढ़ना है भाई? Civil revision के लिए?
83 का clause
83
9,
nine.
which says no appeal.
No appeal shall lie against any decision, order, whether interim or otherwise, given or made by the tribunal.
Subsection 9 of section 83 of the Waqf Act 1995 only provides that no appeal shall lie against any decision or order, whether interim or otherwise, given or made by the tribunal. Full stop. It further provides that a high court may, on its own motion or on the application of the board or any person aggrieved, call for and examine the records relating to any dispute, question, or other matter which has been determined by the tribunal for the purpose of satisfying itself as to the correctness, legality, or propriety of such determination, and may confirm, reverse, or modify such determination or pass such other order as it may think fit. Next paragraph. Thus, it is evident that revisional jurisdiction is to be exercised by the High Court, and nomenclature, be it civil revision or a miscellaneous petition, is not important. Therefore, while deciding the case, this court will be conscious of its limitations of deciding the case in terms of the proviso given below subrule 9 of subsection 9 of section 83 of the Waqf Act. Next paragraph. As far as decision of Supreme Court in Rashid Wali Beg is concerned, it is held that Waqf Tribunal has jurisdiction to decide any dispute, question or matter relating to a Waqf or Waqf property. Full stop. Matters in respect of which jurisdiction of civil court is excluded, and the matters in respect of which jurisdiction of civil court is not excluded. फुल स्टॉप. ये कहाँ लिखा है कि वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी है कि नहीं, इसका डिटर्मिनेशन होगा?
सर ये
99 में लिखा है.
नहीं सर, ये पेज 19 है, जजमेंट का मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ.
पेज
19 सर, I am a photocopy. Section 6(5) bar the institution or commencement of suit or legal proceeding of court in relation to subsection 6 speak only about two questions: whether a particular property specifies as waqf property in the list of waqf is a waqf property or not. सर ये पैरा 33 है. सेक्शन 6(7) में दिया है कि कब नोटिफिकेशन होगा. पैरा 33 से सर पढ़ देता हूँ.
लिखिएगा. Reading from this judgment, it is submitted that Honorable Supreme Court has held that Section 6 within bracket 5 of the Waqf Act bars the institution or commencement of a suit or other legal proceeding in a court within inverted commas in relation to any question referred to in subsection 1 bracket में inverted commas close, subsection 1 of section only full stop inverted commas, subsection 1 of section 6 speaks only about two questions, namely whether a particular property is specified as a waqf property in the list of waqfs is a waqf property or not, and whether a waqf is Shia waqf or Sunni waqf, semicolon. Then it is held that since determination is to be made whether a property is waqf or not, then therefore tribunal has the jurisdiction to hear and decide such disputes. Next paragraph. After hearing, after going through the record,
relying on two judgment I have
दे
provided.
दीजिएगा. At this stage, learned government advocate submits that wide annexure P9, information furnished by the Tehsildar and Public Information Officer, Ajaygarh District, Patna, it is notified that as per the records of Ajaygarh Nagar Panchayat, in the revenue records, no land is found to be registered or recorded in the name of Muslim Waqf Committee. Full stop. Reaching reliance on this document, learned government advocate submits that when no property is registered in the name of a Muslim Waqf committee, then the question of that land being a Muslim Waqf giving jurisdiction to the tribunal is not made out. Next para. It is also submitted that a government land cannot be given in Waqf by any party, and the prima facie when unless the finding in the revenue records that the land is recorded in the name of government is put to challenge by the private respondents, till then it cannot be construed to be a Waqf property. Next para. Shri Suyash Mohan Guru places reliance on दीजिएगा,
मतलब 2010 वॉल्यूम 8
आप दीजिए.
relevant para is para 35 मतलब.
This is reliance on judgment of Supreme Court in Ramesh Govindaram within bracket dead bracket close through LRs versus सुगरा हुमायूं मिर्जा वक्फ 2010 का 8 SCC 726 where in para
para 35 page 738 मतलब.
para 35 it is held as under within inverted commas in the cases at hand comma the act does not provide for any proceedings before the tribunal for determination of a dispute concerning the eviction of a tenant in occupation of a Waqf property or the rights and obligations of the lessor.
In fact मतलब 32 and 33 is also important.
Just a minute. And the lessees of such property. A suit seeking eviction of the tenants from what is admittedly Waqf property could, comma, therefore be filed only before the civil court and not before the tribunal. Full stop. In para 33, it is noted that noted as under. इसको quote कर दीजिएगा. Next para. ये कंसीडर किया है क्या 2010 का 8? हाँ
जी
किया
इसमें किया है।
किया मतलब.
पैरा 55 में किया था।
उसको डिस्टिंग्विश किया है.
हाँ पैरा 55 में।
हाँ. अच्छा.
51 से पीछे।
दूसरा जजमेंट दीजिएगा.
That is मतलब 2019 volume 4 SCC 698.
Reliance is also placed on the judgment in case of Punjab Waqf Board versus Sham Singh Harike 2019 का 4 SCC 698. कहाँ बता रहे?
पैरा बताते हैं।
मतलब para is
51.
पैरा
51 से it is true that in Punjab Waqf Board versus Sham Singh Harike, a two-member bench of
अरे आप उधर रेफरेंस बता रहे, मैं इधर पूछ रहा हूँ आप किस पैरा को रेफर कर रहे
para 68 मतलब start from para 68 till para 75. Conclusion is starting from para 68.
has placed reliance on itna itna, but para 68 of the said judgment is against the petitioner, wherein it is held that when issue in a suit is as to whether suit property is Waqf property or not, it is covered by a specific provision of section 6 and 7 of the Waqf Act 1995, comma, hence, comma, it is required to be decided by the tribunal under section 83 and bar under section 85 shall come into existence with regard to jurisdiction of the civil court.
मतलब finding start from 68 but the relevant is 74. 74 में kindly be read my lord.
In para 74, it is
There are various civil appeals were connected my lord.
लेकिन ये तो ओवररूल हो गया ना रमेश गोविंद राम, तो ये ओवररूल हो गया 2022 में. वकील साहब इतना तो समझिए, ये ओवररूल हो गया 2022 में, डिस्टिंग्विश कर दिया उन्होंने. चलिए. When these judgments are taken into consideration, it is necessary to refer to the definition of Waqf given in section 3 within bracket small r, which reads as under, within inverted commas, waqf, inverted commas close, means the permanent dedication by any person, comma, of any movable or immovable property for any purpose recognized by the Muslim law as pious, religious, or charitable, and includes dash within bracket small Roman 1 a waqf by user, but such waqf shall not cease to be a waqf by reason only of the user having ceased, irrespective of the period of such seizure. ये बाकी इनको ये सब कॉपी कर लीजिएगा 1 2 3 4 है, ठीक है ना. In the present case, when examined, then then there is a report, fact-finding report and Panchnama that 0.32 hectare of the land was in possession and use of the members of the Valmiki Samaj for burial of their deceased. Full stop. Taking these facts into consideration, that the land is recorded as a government land, comma, it cannot be considered to be a waqf property, especially when no document is produced by the respondents to demonstrate registration of the property as a waqf property. Full stop. Since there is no mention of the property being dedicated to the Muslim community, comma, and in column 12 of Khasra entry, it is only mentioned as Qabristan Madhya Pradesh Shashan, comma, unless it is dedicated to the Muslim community for the for any purpose recognized by the Muslim law, then by implication that land cannot be said to be a waqf by implication, and therefore when prima facie it is not a waqf property, then petitioner remedy is not before the Waqf tribunal but before the civil court. Petitioner parties remedy for the parties is before the civil court. Secondly, next para, as far as impugned order is concerned, comma, when it is examined in terms of the provisions contained in subsection 9, in terms of the proviso below subsection 9 of section 83, it is evident that tribunal was acting in utter haste. Full stop. Tribunal committed a illegality in passing the impugned orders without waiting for service of notices on the respondents. It also did fail to take into consideration the report of the various revenue functionaries, which had categorically mentioned that Valmiki community was using part of the land for burial of their deceased, and therefore such blanket interim order directing the respondents to not to cause any interference in the burial of the members of the Muslim community on land measuring 1.2060 hectares situated at survey number 55 was contrary to the interests of the members of the Valmiki community, and therefore that order being cryptic and having been passed in utter haste without waiting for service of notices, for which case was fixed for 23/12/2020, that order cannot be given a seal of approval. Accordingly, the order passed by the Waqf Tribunal is set aside. Matter is parties are relegated to avail remedy before the competent civil court in accordance with law.
But only one factual correction, Manu. Petitioner number 1 is not from the Valmiki committee, Manu. They have made all the respondents, Manu, Valmiki, non-Valmiki before the above court.
Petitioner की जगह वाल्मीकि कमेटी कर लीजिएगा.
Petitioner number 1 is not from the Valmiki. 2 is from the Valmiki.
He is a busy body. PIL लगाते हैं क्या वो?
नहीं, Manu. They have made us the party, not we have.
अच्छा. चलिए.
Okay.